Hi guys, everybody, welcome back. Yeah, another day, another time. It's Friday night. Good thing. I hope everybody had a very good week. Welcome to the show once again. I really want to say thank you for joining. And yeah, just one sec. Let me confirm that everything is well set before we go. Yeah. Welcome back. I think we're good to go now. I'm just gonna start with the update. We all saw what happened with the impeachment notice that was filed, that was served to Fubara. I learned that he's now in possession of that impeachment notice that was given to him. At the end of the day, it all boils down to politics. Okay, that's the whole thing. That's the top, that's the bottom, that's the head of all that is happening right now. And it is what it is. But before we move on, I just want to play some of the sound bites and things that have been happening, the conversation that has followed, the impeachment notice that was served to Wike. And we'll start with this interview. I think you have Ayo Fayoshi, definitely, who is a Wike guy, was actually on Arise TV.
So when
Channels TV.
Question, I said, don't drag Governor Makinde into it. And I said, nothing has changed between 2023 and now. So I am still with Asiwaju. I don't hide. Obi is my friend. He visits me because I don't tell lies to people. But let me come and tell you, Sheung, Wike became a good influence on so many people. Today,
I don't know why the whole thing is going back and forth.
At that time, Wike was the bad leg who went to support Asiwaju. But this is an exodus. The PDP is now no more, technically.
Wow. PDP is no more. I mean, as good as I love the PDP not, being together again, not being in charge of things, because I can say categorically that all the things that is befalling the country today, I think the PDP, started the foundation. They all started. They all laid the foundation of why the country is where it is today. There's no doubt about that.
Technically, PDP is no more until there is a pronouncement of court to establish which line of a party is right. So let me say to you, 27 for Asiwaju, it's obvious. Tell me what is happening in ADC. Obi is the only life in APC.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was wondering what's going to happen to APC, what will be the end of APC, or what will be the beginning of APC, depending on how you look at it. Everybody was waiting for Obi's decision. Obi is the guy that has actually brought in momentum into ADC as of now. So it was the only thing working for ADC. Outside that, I mean, I don't see anything really viable in that new so-called coalition. I mean, it's not even a coalition, because all the parties still retain their current form, except for individuals that left and joined the ADC. So if all the party retains their coalition, their current state, so you have PDP still operating, even though it's dying a slow death. Okay, you have LP still there. You heard from Dati Ahmed. You heard from him saying that he's still going to remain in Labour Party. Alex Oti also is still in the Labour Party. So again, it depends on, and it depends on how you're going to look at it. Left a like and positive energy for this stream. I'm live at the moment as well. I respect everyone willing to create. Thanks, I really appreciate that. So we're going to move on. And welcome to the show.
It's the only life. If Obi had gone to remain in Labour or has gone to Accord, it's the only life there. All other people there, they are semi-unexistent. They are semi-unexistent. They are not existing. They are old drawn forces, used forces. They can engage me or I don't care.
So,
go ahead.
And I'm looking at some of the things people are saying. Some people think that you are compromised. Why would that be if that is its case?
Compromise what? Compromise what?
Compromise because of your stance.
What is my stance, Shehu? I have not got.
You're fighting your very good friend, Mark.
I have not got.
You are supporting APC. Why being a member of the PDP?
No. Shehu, openly, I supported Ashwaju in 2023. I didn't hide it. Till now, I'm still there. I don't jump. I've said it to you. I'm not a member of APC, and I will never be. Ashwaju, myself and Ashwaju have not going to give me anything.
Do you regret, Governor Fayose, that you are one of those? Do you regret, Governor Fayose, that you are one of those who have effectively destroyed the People's Democratic Party? You regret
Atiku destroyed it. Atiku destroyed PDP. Tambuwa, they destroyed
but some of you, they said, in bearing the PDP.
Let me tell you,
is that fair? A party that has helped some of you to become politics is one of the biggest politicians in Nigeria.
Politics is not fair. Politics is not fair. Life itself is not balanced. Everybody stands where they will be able to say the truth to Nigerians. I'm not contesting any election, and I've not asked anybody for favor. Nothing will take me away. You know, let me quickly say this and round it up.
Okay.
Do you know I never knew these incidents will happen between Governor Fubara and Governor Wiki in life. I was seated on the high table.
And you remember what it said? He actually advised Fubara then. I don't just go against this guy. Again, I'm not a fan of both of them. Not a fan of Wiki, not a fan of Fubara. I don't even understand their politics. But he did advise Fubara. I think it was premature for Fubara to have actually, started showing his hands. He could have waited for the second term. I'm just saying. When there's nothing else to lose. And possibly would have gained some ground. But when you're a governor and you don't even have 5 lawmakers, okay, all of them are bad, right? You're the right one, which you are also part of Wiki's administration anyways. So I think Fubara shot himself in the leg, and I'm not a fan of Wiki, but I felt like he should have actually handled the thing well. Okay.
The day Governor Fubara was sworn in, and we're on the high table in Rivers, and I told Governor Wiki, I want to say 1 or 2 things to tell Governor Fubara not to betray you.
Yeah, I did listen to that. And he said, like, you know what? Don't betray this guy. Again, that's life. And that's politics, okay? That's politics. That's how it is. And I'm talking about, people that would change things and all that. The people that should change things, unfortunately, don't even want to get involved because it's always messy. It's always messy. And that's it. So I just started with that, on that note. And then we'll see what happens. That's that about that. There's this video. So this was the day when Fubara won. This was his first reaction. He seemed frustrating when he was declared as the governor-elect. Let's see. Let's see this video. Let's see that. So, after all the gamings, after all the process, this is it. And that's it. And this is not the first time we've seen kids betray their fathers, all right? Saraki comes to mind. Kids betray fathers, even in politics, right? Saraki was made governor by his father. Okay, Bukola Saraki was made governor by his father, and at some point, he had to betray the father. That's what power does, raw power. Okay, raw power, that's what it does. And that's the reality on ground. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. Tinubu was win the 2027 elections, says Nigerian investor Samson Esemude. I don't know why he said that, but let's see this.
Interesting. This interest rate could come, price, but let it come in 2027 after Baba has won. The biggest risk to Nigeria right now is twofold. Baba lose or he's sick. Food is 60 to 90% of people's wallets, right? So if you can get food right, I think you get your inflation core right. Baba has to win. interest rate.
Okay. Yeah, just going through, all the stuff, all the major happenings, and then I can actually just see 1 or 2 interviews, and I'll call it a day. It's Friday night, and nothing should not be too stressful and too boring at this point. But it is what it is. If any single woman still says she needs a tall, dark skin, handsome man for a man, isn't ready to be married. Some would even say that they don't want a man with pot belly. I'm past my prime. I would marry anyone. Let's just delve. Let's see that.
If any single woman still they talk say, hold on. If any single woman still they talk say she needs tall, dark skin and handsome man for a man, just know say that woman never ready.
Okay.
No matter how young she is, how old she is, she never ready for man. Any single lady looking for a tall, dark skin and handsome man to come finish the whole thing. If she can't talk say she no want any man we get potty belly or pot belly, just know say the lady never ready.
Okay. I'm just gonna move on. Yeah. I mean, we all know how this thing works, right? It all depends. Odumeje is out with a new track, and we'll see that. Anybody who is bringing Peter Obi on the table or into any political permutation is bringing absolute victory. When you talk about elections, you don't talk about political party. Rather, talk about candidates. Peter Obi electrified Labour Party. People are loyal to the person of Peter Obi and not any political party. Kenneth Okonkwo, well, me all the truth, even when they try to deceive us. So we all know the truth, right? Let's see that.
Anybody who is bringing Peter Obi on the table,
you mean 2027 that's coming up,
or in any political permutation, is bringing the new Nigeria, the new thought force.
Well, that was in March 2024.
Victory into whatever is done.
Right.
So you are talking about a political party. We are talking about, when you come to election, you talk about candidates. Peter Obi electrified Labour Party. Peter Obi has no business to lose sleep about whatever is happening in any political party. How many months did he join Labour Party? And he made what he made. People are loyal to his person. The new Nigeria is loyal to his person.
And presumably,
yes,
he'll take the obedience with him wherever he goes.
That's a hypothetical question. But I'm telling you that Obi is the Obi in the obedient. So it's only natural that the obedience that was founded based on Obi was certainly follow him to wherever he's going. Won't you follow a man that has never had a scandal? You're searching for a new Nigeria that is bedeviled by people being killed, women degraded, depraved, economy sinking every day.
Okay.
Won't you like a man who, when he was in...
I'm pretty much. I mean, I do agree with his stuff. I think Obi has a very good base, I would say. I mean, and the it's more like a cult-like following. Okay, and in some people's eyes, Obi can do wrong. Okay, and that's how it is. Okay, that's how it is. So, and we could see that. And this interview was here March 2024, and we can see what's happening. ADC was as useless as it was until when Obi joined. Okay, because really nothing was really going for them until when Obi actually did move into the party, and then you had a lot of kind of momentum. Now, the question is, would they be able to sustain that momentum that they've had with Peter Obi joining? Would they be able to make things still work the way it should? Would they be able to wrap up more momentum? Because the truth is, when you have some of this movement in politics, not just in Nigeria, even around the world, you have this major bump in ratings, in polls and all that. But over time, if you're not able to serve the people with clarity, what you really want, then number two, if you're not able to build a structure, particularly in the case of Nigeria, then it might still be, back to square one. But we'll see what happens. Our focus is on the primaries. Our focus is also on the internal democracy in ADC as they move along, and then we can always, get to see the result of Peter Obi joining. Yeah. So that's it with respect to. That's it with respect to Peter Obi. Hi, Sammy. Welcome to the show. Let me see this. I just want to play this for you guys. Okay, let me move it over here so that you can all see. So this is Wiki. So this is, I think, one of the major appearances that is had after the impeachment notice was served. And we're going to just go through this because that's what is really trending right now in Nigeria with respect to River State. Really, I don't even understand the major. I mean, this is an industry in River State. Politics is an industry in River State. Old, young, on a working day, it's just what it is. If you need people, if you need crowd, you always get them. So I believe that monies that is what will I say now? Monies that is spent after they do road and a little bit one or few infrastructure and there, I think they just move on and then just spend the others on politics and settlement. That's the reality. Can you please bring up Kenneth's present position on PO? I think his position on PO has been a welcoming one. Really, it's been a welcoming one. And he said that, now that he has joined the party, whoever wins the primaries is going to support. So let me see if he has actually granted a new interview before we go to, since we're talking about that. Let's see, this was 7 days ago. Yeah, that's what he said. I'll work with whoever emerges, right, as a presidential candidate. So that's his his take on right now. I don't know if there is any major updates to that. Let me see this. Okay, yeah, we've watched this actually on this show. We did watch that, and let me just summarize it for you. He's welcomed the joining of ADC by Peter Obi. He said, it's a good development, and that the agreement is that everybody would definitely submit itself, to the party's process. And as it were, I think that he's inclined to support Atiku for the ticket. He has said that before, and that's his position right now, that Atiku should get the ticket, while Peter Obi should, he didn't say anything about Peter Obi, but he believes that for them to have a chance, okay, this is what's going to happen. Atiku should be the one, should be the flag bearer, and then Peter Obi should be the running mate. So we'll see what happens, and and then that's it. So first of all, let's just and that's it. And I think towards the end, he just sang this song and all that. Let me just give you a few summary of that.
February, the FCT AMAC election. So with Iwechikingibe, a member of the ADC now, we'll be seeing how the ADC will show
yourself
in that election here in Abuja.
Not really making excuses for ADC. We are going to participate, but let me state it clearly. All the candidates there, we are not put there by the David Mark-led ADC. Okay. Candidates had already been there before we even came in.
For the FCT elections?
For the FCT election. Okay. Meaning that's separate. Meaning that we are going to campaign, but meaning that
you will lose.
No, I'm not saying that. But meaning that if we had come in, it is possible some of the candidates wouldn't have been our choice.
Okay.
And I want to be very open about it. So do not judge us by what is going to happen in February. And I'm talking about the David-led ADC. But that does not mean we are not going to do our best to campaign.
So your best might not be good enough?
No. The best of the candidates already there.
It's not about the candidates or about the party.
No.
Those who are supporting the party.
No.
The Democrats, like you say, in the party. Pull your weight and let's see what you can do.
These two things go hand in hand. I can guarantee you that in 2023, it was not a vote for party in Labour Party. It was a vote for candidate. That I can guarantee you.
Okay.
So it might be the same template.
No, I said generally, candidates matter. Generally, parties matter.
Okay.
So, but when the two of them are sophisticated, working together, you produce the best result.
And I agree with that.
So I cannot...
Yeah, you have to get the party right, and then you have to get the candidates right. Either good or bad. You have to just get both right. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the show. Okay.
That I will guarantee you that ADC will do its best and may win some of the councils, may on the line.
But they may not perform as you may expect.
May on the line.
Okay. And that's fair, though. That's fair.
People will say you're already throwing in the tower.
It's
not possible. Not really.
We are, let me tell you, we are going to do our best. I am somebody that will tell you the way it is. I'm sorry, but that's my nature.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that one plays out, and then the build-up to the big one, because this year, I mean, whether we admit it or not, there will be the build-up for 2027 will be this year.
That is the election that you would judge us with. Okay. Any election that is coming after the David Mark-led ADC has come in, you have the right to judge us on that.
So, all right. We'll see how all of that plays out. So, thank you for coming on, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, and again, all the best for the year.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's
yes. You know, Peter B is there now.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. I just want to play that one.
Let me tell you, the Southeast obviously has become an ADC state, ADC geopolitical zone. Do you know what we say now in Southeast?
What?
Obondioma nanigi kaigeso obondio edisi ubani yeso numunne obondioma nanigi kaigeso obondioma.
But you're assuming that they will give the presidential ticket to Peter Obi. Why they don't give Peter Obi that presidential ticket?
Let me tell you.
No, but it's never assumed that they're going to give Peter Obi that. I mean, I don't know where she got her stuff from. He's always been article, right?
In ADC, is allowed to get into ADC on one condition. You must be a true Democrat. One thing ADC will not compromise on is internal democracy and living on the tenets of democracy. No leader, no opposition leader was allowed to give conditions before entering in. Because we want to exercise discipline. So that is why everybody took their time to come into ADC. Okay. Because we want that foundation to be solid. Now Southeast is gone ADC. Like I said, they will. Any other politician who is not in ADC, who wants to do any other parties working for Tinubu?
Are you working?
It's as simple as that.
Are you going to work with
Islander Papa is joining. I don't know. That's alleged. Okay, that's alleged. That guy that actually did destroy, I would say, the relationship that Peter Obi had in LP. Alan is also joining ADC, but that's alleged. I don't think that's true.
He's an ADC member. We work with every ADC member. Be rest assured. Whoever emerges as the presidential candidate of ADC, I will work for the person.
Even if it's Peter Obi?
Why not? Okay. But I said this so many times. I don't have any personal rift with anybody. I am saying that when you come as a group, you bring your people as a group, you have more bargaining power. Southeast now has more bargaining power in ADC. So for the interest of our people, we must cohere and collaborate with other regions.
Even if Peter Obi doesn't get that presidential ticket,
yes.
Even if it's someone else who gets it, the Southeast will still support that person.
Why not?
In your view?
Why not?
I mean, it's just. I mean, it just makes sense for whoever gets it, as long as they give a Southeasterner the VP. I think they will be able to get some block votes, from the Southeast. Now, would that be sufficient to upend the structure that the APC? I mean, the names are just so close. It keeps just me having some tongue-in-cheek moment here, where APC, ADC, and all of that. But again, that's his point. We've listened to this before, so I think that's it. He's ready to work with Peter Obi as long as Peter Obi remains in the ADC. Professor Sule Yao speaks on rumored defection. NMPC's what is it called again? Only governor Abba Yusuf. Let's see. We might have to actually look at this. But what's really boiling right now? Let's see. This is Wike. We will correct every mistake. I mean, that's a major mistake for him, though. And I don't know if he will be able to correct that mistake. I think he now knows that time is actually ticking and running out for him. That's why he actually did that sudden move into impeachment, because that was the only thing, like I said, that was the only thing. I was already writing him off, but I want to see where all this leads to. This has been funny about what we already know about ADC. Yeah, I mean, it's just again, I think at the end of the day, right, as long as they form a major opposition, to the current party, then I think it's fine. Okay. Weekend's rally is always more like as if it's a program, it's a church program. They start with choruses, they start with all of that, and then they go to the major sermon of the day, which is all about how they did him bad, how he was betrayed, how he made a mistake, and then they finish it with choruses, which kind of equal to the final hymns, and then that's of course the sharing of money won't be done on stage. That goes on after the whole party. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be here listening to the music.
Our dear leaders of this great local government, led by my friend, my colleague before, Chief President Bread, the member representing the local government area, Happy New Year.
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to listen to everything in the 20-minute stuff. I'll just kind of binge watch and see.
One thing that's important in life.
Okay, life advice.
When somebody does good to you, when somebody has helped you, you say thank you. In 2023, it was difficult for us to take a decision.
Yep.
But we took that decision because in life, it's worse that you don't take a decision.
Okay.
We took a decision, we never knew where we were heading to. But God is infinite mercy, directed us well, guided us well. And we decided that we were going to support our dear President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who today is the President of Nigeria. And we have said so that in 2027 we have no other choice but to continue to support him. In the history of Rivers State, my friend Dr. Epalebo Harry has just said here, we've never had it so good in terms of human capital development, in terms of appointments. If we begin to read out the names of what Mr. President has done, it may be another envy for us. But let us thank Mr. President for the most recent and very important ones he did yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And appointing our sons, Senator Magnus Ngeyabe.
Oh, yeah. Some Wike is a politician with a lot of difference in Nigeria. The guy is only loyal to Tinubu, so whoever thinks that Tinubu will abandon him should think again. We're still waiting, right? Tinubu saved Fubara the last time. And I think Tinubu has also been trying to also ensure that Rivers is actually in his corner for the 2027 elections. And with what is happening, I think we can safely say that. But with respect to what is happening right now, the impeachment and the likes, well, we'll see. And then Fubara was with him in France. I'm not sure of the veracity of that information. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Right now, I don't know how all this is going to end. But the challenge that Fubara has is that he doesn't even have the State House of Assembly in his pocket. It doesn't even have like a simple minority. That's the problem. So again, it's toast, in my opinion.
And the Chairman Board of Directors of the Offspring. And again, appointing one of us, Chief.
Okay, appointment. I don't
the
need
love
to hear that
Mr.
one.
President has shown to us.
Okay.
By the grace of God, I know people are not happy. But let them don't be happy. God be with us. We will get more. So we decided that we can't come back here to ask you for something without coming to say, the one you did for us, thank you. And we appreciate you. We will not take your support for granted.
Okay, fair enough.
But one thing that's important, today, we're able to take back the Degeba Local Government Council.
Agreement is agreement.
Agreement is agreement. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's all we talk about.
So when it comes to Nigerian politics, there's nothing like ideology. There's nothing like, this is what I believe in. And this is actually what I think. At least I know Peter Obi's ideology, right? Peter Obi's ideology is more of save money, reduce waste. Okay, I can say that. Reduce waste in governance, save money and all of that. That's his own. Okay, now you may not agree with that ideology. I don't personally agree with all those ideology though. But I agree with some, like the efficiency in government and all of that. Now, putting that aside, what is Wike's ideology? Can anybody tell me? I mean, what is his idea? What does it stand for when it comes to politics? Agreement is agreement. I mean, that's the whole thing has been talking about.
Wow! So, we did not sit down with Mr. President and say you will do this, you will do this. We would never do that. But all I know he told us was, go and support us. When we win, we'll make sure your state is heavily compensated, is heavily rewarded. We do not sit down to say this is an agreement. But there are some people who have an agreement, we have an agreement. And all we are saying, keep to the agreement we have. Is it not be so? If you cannot keep to an agreement, it's dangerous to do any business with you.
Okay.
It's like when I was governor, I know how difficult it was. I came here, I said, support me. If you support me, be assured that I will not forget the game of local government. Our leader, President Brain, has rolled out the things we're able to do.
Okay, I'm gonna move on.
That there's a rainbow coalition that is working very well, putting the two parties together.
Who can tell me what the agreement is? I don't even know what the agreement is. I don't know what they've decided to say. This is what we plan to do, or this is what you do when you become governor. Was the agreement that Fubara will only do one term? Is the agreement that there are certain contracts that should be given to certain individuals in government? What is the agreement? What was the thing that, at least for Lagos State and Tinubu, we knew then that the agreement was about, alpha, beta and all of that, right? We knew then that alpha, beta was the one thing, and that was what caused the whole problem, because I think Fashola was like, the percentages that you guys are collecting is just too much. And that's it. Tinubu has been a politician that believes in playing good boy politics and doesn't trust decent people or principled people. So Wike falls into that kind of politician Tinubu likes to work with. Yeah, and also giving the show of strength that Wike is even kind of showing now. Okay. Like he owns the House of Assembly members, right? He owns them. Technically, Fubara is still trying to find his level, unfortunately for him, and they've not even allowed the guy to operate. So I don't think Tinubu would want to really, really get himself involved in all of this to the detriment of his own office. He cannot suspend Fubara again at this time. Wike shall ultimately lose. Possibly, maybe. Right now, I think what I said yesterday was that this is the final battle. This is the final battle. The impeachment move was the final battle. And the reason why he's been able to get the State House of Assembly to coalesce behind him is because those guys are also suspects. They know that if this whole thing gets messed up with the old APC, they're gone. So Wike is using them as a leverage. Now, I don't know how far that will go. But I also believe that for him to have been able to deliver, okay, to Tinubu at the time, I think that he still holds some level of leverage, with that. But again, we'll see what happens. No more Nigeria. I go back with my friend. Okay. Yeah, good luck to you on your way. Agreement is that Fubara will do one term. Oh, and certain positions will be for Wike's loyalists. Yeah, I saw all those resignations and all of that. Yeah. But again, if the agreement is that Fubara will do one term, then I agree with Fubara's fighting. I think he should fight it out. I think that's it. I think he should just fight it and see where it goes.
You've heard what the chairman of PDP in this IGS said. You heard what the chairman of APC said. There's nothing like party for us. All we have is New Hope family.
Thank you. And what this thank you meant to us is that you are not just a leader that will send their people to the battle while you'll be resting at home. But you are a leader that will always be at the forefront. So this singular act has energized us. So what we will be doing is that we will move to all the nooks and crannies of the 17 wards of Degema local government area, 178 pooling units. As such, we already fishermen and we will be fishing for men. And what that will do is that it will strengthen those that believe in this cause. Then it will also give courage to the lily-hearted. Okay. Also, it will also cast doubt out of those people that are doubtful. And lastly, in the few persons that are following, that are following the wrong path, we will also win them out.
Wow.
Our leader.
You're gonna weed them out. You're gonna cast them out, right? They no longer belong to the family.
We are saying that what you have done is enormous that we cannot talk about. There is a religious axiom that said it is only fools that doubt proof. We, the people of Degema local government area, are no fools, and the proofs we've seen. So we are saying that wherever you direct us, we will go. Wherever you send us, we will go. Because you are the political Nostradamus of Nigeria.
Damn. So what does that even mean? I've been hearing some big English coming out from these guys in River State just in the last few days. I don't know, man. At least they can speak, right?
On behalf of the Renewed Hope Agenda, the leadership of Renewed Hope Agenda in Degema local government area, and particularly the leadership of APC in Degema local government area, I humbly, most humbly, welcome you to Degema local government area. Thereby I'm saying,
on behalf of APC in that local government area, I'm welcoming Wike, who is not a PDP, who is not an APC member. I mean, the whole thing is just more like a capture. You know, they have this structure where these guys just sit in there and then that's just it.
Thank you.
Wow.
From the ancient town of K to Bile Kingdom, down to Ogurama Kingdom, down to Bakana, down to Tombia Kingdom, down to Obama.
In God we trust. Rivers politics is very different, and Fubara doesn't have what it takes to change that. Yeah, again, I think so there are different blocks in Rivers from what I can see. There's the Wike, and then there's also the enemies of Wike. So what we're seeing right now is the coalition, not ADC coalition, okay? The coalition of the enemies of Wike trying to wrestle power from Wike. So it's an obvious battle. So even though Fubara himself doesn't have what it takes, I think he's having people that are now behind him just to also overtake and take over that structure. And that's what the battle is all about. The battle is even bigger than Fubara. Okay, it's people outside, of Wike, that outside of Fubara, that actually wants to also take over and show Wike. But again, I do kind of agree with what I do kind of agree that at some point, I think Tinubu and APC will have to make a choice. Do we really want to go down this lane? Because if it's only Fubara, per se, and you have all the State House of Assembly members saying that they don't want him, that they can't work with him, and then you look at other structures also, and it becomes very difficult, to have all these guys work with him. Then at the end of the day, Tinubu has to just let him go. But I don't know if they're going to just tell him to, taper on the whole impeachment thing. That is, tell Wike to taper on the whole impeachment thing. I still don't know how this will go. River State is made up of three tribes, the Ogonis, the Ijaws, and the Upland Igbos. That's the Ikweres. Fubara is Ikweres, right? Because so ethnic politics is part of the problem here. You know, it's so interesting that Nigerian ethnicity is just, and that's what happens. You know, when you're saying that, you know, we want to actually go our separate ways, but even internally within each of the states or each of the regions, they still have their own individual tribal politics in play, and that's a big problem.
Down to the Isoko, down to Degema town, down to Consulate, down to Bukuma. All communities in Degema local government area were witnesses to what we did in 2023.
Okay.
Your Excellency, you gave us an instruction, and that instruction was the best for us.
Yeah, instruction that was money backed. They should sell Nigeria. Okay.
Excellency, now you have come, and you didn't just come. Your Excellency, you came to say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we indeed, His Excellency needs a hand of applause. Your Excellency.
Okay, I mean, these are just.
Let me stand on the existing protocol for one
more
more time.
Chief? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move on.
When I started following NPN, your type of politics cannot be defined by any dictionary. That a leader of South-South that does not depend only on his state, that he cut across all the South-South, and all the South state are benefiting from your benevolent act. Yes.
Yeah, again, that's another thing you have to also look at. Yeah, it's now become a fight between the Ijaws and the Ikweres, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't, because Wike is only fighting for himself and for the Ikweres. Also, is Wike Ikwere, right? So what is Fubara? Is Fubara not from the same area as he? Because I thought it was actually related to Fubara in a way. I mean, that funny family tree and the likes. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Excellency, I said thank you, and God will continue to bless you. The grace upon God is upon you. Nobody will fight and challenge and see you, because today the grace, they should wait for their turn, because the grace is upon you. Thank you, and God bless you very much.
Your Excellency, my father, that is here in Degema local government area, and is still.
Well, Fubara is hybrid. Then that doesn't. I mean, that may not really work. I mean, in this battle, you have to have a side, partly Igbo, partly Ijaw. Okay, yeah. But again, looking at him, does he have a strong base? Because Elenda is also a very grassroots guy. That's what I heard. That he's also a grassroots guy. You know, but again, does he have that strong base between the Igbos or between the Ijaw? You could be partly and still not really have that strong, you know, that strong base. But depending on which settlement.
Entourage, I welcome you all. Your Excellency, this is an epoch-making occasion. For who? For the leader of politics.
My girl say, now we good, now we good. My girl say, my girl say, now we good, now we good. My girl say, I say, my girl say, now we good, now we good.
So this is the choir members, right? It's just Okpobo is his own town. Jaja of Okpobo. Oh, okay.
Right, Your Excellency, truly, you are the leader of River State, a leader in South-South, and a leader in the entire country called Nigeria.
Really?
Nobody can say that. You are truly a leader. You are a leader, you have the structure. We are your structure, Your Excellency. We are your structure.
Again, what we're looking at is this: how can we have, you know, someone that can ensure that all this structure, whoever they are, you know, are able to work, you know, for his own elections come 2027, it's not about the people of River State. Let's get that straight. No, but these guys it's not really about, say, the welfare or the well-being of it's all about power. And this is raw power. Okay? This is raw power in play. Okay? We're going to still see what happens in ADC because there's also going to be raw power in play in ADC. Okay? So, and then you look at all these things. So what Wike has been doing this week is to tell them that I can still control my structure. I'm still in charge of my structure. I don't know how much he has spent on building that structure. And he has also said that before, when he came out and said, it's all about structure. We have a structure. I cannot allow my structure to be hijacked. And if you think that Tinubu is going to just let Wike go and depend on all these other APC people, then you have to also think twice. Because even with the APC structure that Tinubu had in Lagos, they couldn't deliver Lagos for him. And there's also Abuja on the line. What have they built? What structure have they built in Abuja? And I think one of the reasons why Wike got the FCT stuff was not just because he wanted him to work in FCT, he just needed him to also actually hold that structure in FCT. And that's the reality, right? That is what's happening.
And when the structure is with you, who can gamble with the structure? Your Excellency, your grace will disgrace them. Your Excellency, we, the local government chairman, are your structure. The assembly members are your structure. The delegates that will come and vote. And
structure of criminality, right?
Are your structure.
And a real structure of criminality. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. What should be going to the development of that state, as a state that is the top in terms of oil revenue? That's the first. That's number one. What should actually be going in that should make the whole state to be much more a world-class state? Not just building roads, not just commissioning some few building and structures here and there and say, oh, we've done something. I mean, that state should be more like a country on its own. But unfortunately, right, they just build roads and that's all.
Your Excellency, if you have that structure, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Wicked is wicked, right?
In as much as the government is concerned, they are doing nothing. Because
Tinubu and Wike wants to run the country down. They already have.
The structure is for you. You are the structure. And the structure is in you. So everything written about River State is you.
Yeah.
Your Excellency, you have said that Tinubu is our incoming president. And we must, as a local government, be behind you. Your Excellency, we will never put you to shame. We will never put you to shame. Because you are the only one standing. Every other thing is Jara.
Wow.
I said, my dad, tell me something. I said, my dad, tell me something.
Is that not Fubara's song? They don't steal the song again. Fubara is an ally of Ohaneze President General Senator Mbata, while Wike is an enemy to the senator. They expect the senator to mobilize mainland Igbos in rivers to come out in droves to vote Fubara. Okay, yeah, we'll see how that. I mean, that's a good input. At least if Fubara can have a few ally, and some allies that would help him, maybe that will work. It's a battle. It's a final battle. This will determine Wike's relevance going forward. And if he's able to pull this up, if he's able to pull through this, then I don't know what evil or what havoc is going to still come in. We can see that he's taking his son all over now. I guess he's putting his son's face out there.
our duty as local government is one thing. All the things God has given you. But we are praying to our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that God Almighty should provide him long life and good health. Because with you, he's there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's Bobby. Let's see. I'm from Choba in Obi Akwal LGA. Wike is a beast in Rivers politics. He's too deadly and controls the grassroots politics. It's all about the grassroots, guys. If you don't own the grassroots, or if you don't have a base, Peter Obi has a base. Fubara, I don't know. So what do you think? What do you think if you're from Rivers State? Like, what's the feeler on ground? What do you think with this battle, okay, happening between Fubara and Wike right now? Where do you see things going? Where do you expect things to go? I heard that most of these men are hired and they are carried from place to place to make noise for Wike. Yeah, but again, I think, I mean, that might be plausible, but we cannot just say that they're not also. I mean, if they're hired, at some point, it's going to come out that they are really hired. And maybe it's part of the whole effect, right? And possibly so. But from what I'm seeing also, I think that it still has some people, at least the House of Assembly member, the State House of Assembly members, those guys are not hired, right? They are there. They've served them the impeachment notice. And I think these people also have constituents. The local government also, chairman, I believe they're also still loyal to Wike. So I don't know if all those can also still be, I think those can still be tantamount to you saying that there's something like a structure in there. I'm just saying, I wish at the end of the day, right, that the people win. But again, the people deserve the kind of leaders they get at times.
And Your Excellency, you don't need to struggle for anything in River State. You don't need to struggle for anything in River State. What we have to say is that may God Almighty, that created heaven and the earth, give you grace, give you long life and good health. That is what Tegema local government is praying for you. Nothing, every other thing is with you.
Your Excellency,
okay,
the Honorable Minister of FCT that is studying Abuja, it was El Dorado.
El Dorado, Abuja. Okay.
I want to say thank you and welcome together with your entourage. I greet all of you. Welcome in Jesus' name.
Wow.
Renewed hope agenda.
Fubara nominated Ohanaeze president when it was the turn of River State to present candidates. Oh, nice. But is the Ohanaeze president, is he loyal to Wike? Because it could have been nominated by Ohanaeze president on the direction of Wike.
Renewed hope. Tinubu is our president. He's up.
Wow.
That's what we're supposed to do. That John like they come. And the job people like her. The job people love her. Because they don't do plenty things for her. He's up.
So I think that's the politics of Tinubu. What's the problem? Money. Oh, they're still complaining, give them more money. They're still complaining, give them more money. Like, these guys are being settled. These people don't look like they're hungry.
It's up. It's all about the kid anymore. That is it. Me, I'm not going to speak grammar. I will speak broken because everybody can hear. I'll speak broken. Oga, we don't get plenty things to talk. Everything we want to talk, we don't talk and finish. We know who you are. Today, as it is, if you are coming from that side, okay, by the left, you see the Tegema General Hospital that you do up to keep up there. If you are coming here, you see Obama put this present government in place. But we're not going to talk about it. My people say, Canada people say, Biate, breast me, Deblo, whatever they Oyibo people can say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating.
Make them talk. Make them talk. When the time reach, we go swallow. They say they talk about dog. Some of us are Rottweilers. Dog different.
Oh boy.
Some of us are essential dogs. Some of us are German shepherds. Because whatever they call you, they are calling us. If they say you don't wash car, fine. That is the reason why when you see somebody with a wash car, you have that empathy. Say, change this man. I have gone through what he has done before. And you help. You are a helper. You are a God-sent person.
Wow.
Hold on to that. Whatever Tinubu is doing with you. The day we were in Abuja, I attended some of the commissionings.
Commissioning.
And when the president
reconciliation.
started praising you to the point of saying, the number one citizen of this country says that he doffed his hat. I called Ato and said, hey, okay, they put this man in problem. But that will not pass.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, that's it. Oh, how the LGA chairman is excessively loyal to Wike. My uncle is the chairman of my LGA. He was put in there by Wike single-handedly, while Awusi is also willing to die with Wike. Oh boy, it's over. So that's it. He's loyal to Fubara. Wike doesn't have anything to do with the mainland Igbos as regards politics. He has openly denied being an Igbo man, rather come from Bini. Wow. So at the end of the day, it's going to be which block has the major numbers and which block is going to change things. And when it gets to tribal stuff again, I mean, you just know that it's not about performance, it's not about the people, it's just about what they think, right? People vote based on that sentiment. But at the end, and also the structure, like if all the LGA chairman loyal to Wike, and Fubara is someone that you can't really tell. You can't really tell where he stands at times on things. Okay. And again, I think that even though possibly he doesn't like Wike and they had that issue, he was going to be there for just a single term, I think he didn't really cover his bases well before going on an attack. You should understand that you have to cover your own base well and then go for that attack. And that's the problem. Other people even trying to fight for him, you can't really say that his word will be his bond. And that's where it becomes a little bit complicated.
Whether they hate you, they love you, qui sera, sera. What will be.
Okay, what's going to be with me?
Behind you, 100%. In Jesus' name. I use this opportunity to call.
Oh boy. I mean, that person shouting looks like he was hired. The Aquarians are not Igbo. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's that with Wike's appearance. We're gonna just leave it at that and then see what happens. I mean, today's Friday. I'm just gonna take it easy on myself. We'll see what happens. Let me go back to X and see what people are talking about. Dirty December, I mean, it's nothing. We'll see that. If she's not like this, I don't want her. Okay, just gotta move on. And see. I think I have some bookmarks that I want to actually go through, and then we'll see what happens. What are these? These are not stuffs. I don't need anyone to tell me how Wike's story will end and it will happen soon. Wike is like a dying horse. And at the end of the day, it will become a thing of the past. Barrister Darlington on the Wike Fubara saga. Can you hear the voices? No Wike, no Rivers. Yeah, I mean, I can hear that. We'll see what happens.
End up like this.
Okay.
Because no evil lasts forever.
Okay.
Besides, a man who is neither in PDP or APC, I don't need to be told how his story will end.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, he will be neither here nor there. And that's what is going on now. So whatever he's doing now is like a dying horse.
Yeah, again, I'm saying this is the final battle. You don't know, right? But at the same time, also, Tinubu wants to get his second term. So it's going to be like, maybe after he wins, they can now discard him. But for now, I think they're just going to manage him. Because again, I'm looking at Wike as someone that is kind of ready to die for whatever it is. I mean, and the point where I started looking at this guy and felt like this guy is a big problem was when he was harassing Amechi as a governor. Amechi was a governor and he was harassing him with federal mites. And I was like, how on earth do you allow this guy to be able to do all these mago and all this stuff in River State at the time. So look at then, that was when Amechi was actually a governor, a sitting governor. It was harassing Amechi. And then he had 8 years. What was he doing those 8 years? I think he was consolidating and solidifying his structure those 8 years. And it seems like the structure might still be there. Now, again, good to have people that do analysis like this, and yeah, there's a possibility also that, at some point he loses the battle. But from now, I think he's still taking the fight head on, but we'll see how it goes.
A drowning man catches as a straw. Look at it yourself. Is there anybody wicked not quarreling with today? All APC member, PDP member, National Security Advisor, APC leadership. So, he's a gunner.
Now, Doctor, so on this part of his interference, there are questions that are being raised about federalism firewall. In other words, should Nigeria legislate a ministerial non-interference code with personal sanctions for breaches, particularly on the part of maybe travel bans, fines, and removal of office, should any minister go against his jurisdiction? Should this be something the Senate should legislate upon? Because this kind of interference and, of course, conversations surrounding Nyesom Wike is not what his functions as a minister of the FCC.
No. Again, that's a lot of English there. But this is politics. This has nothing to do with his role as a minister. He would rather relinquish that role today for him to hold on to River State. Because that role can change any day, anytime. Tinubu can say, okay, young man, I'm done. Okay, it's time for you to go. So the only thing he has is whatever structure he is claiming to have built. And he would have spent a lot of money, River State money, to build. It's not his money that he used to build that structure. To be clear. That's River State's money.
Should be.
Look, you don't need to legislate on this type of matter. The thing is that the Wike was being used, and he was not wise enough to realize it. Are you telling me that if Tinubu and APC did not give Wike the audacity to do what he's doing, will he try it? The answer is capital no. Now that they are finished with him, and Fubara has become the leader of APC in Rivers State, I don't think Wike should be making noise again. If he continues to be too rascality, if he continues to play this rough fight, EFCC will knock on his door.
No, it doesn't work that way. I mean, EFCC will not knock on his door now until possibly after the 2027 elections. Yeah, and that's where people don't understand that these people play a long-term game. Okay, they're not going to just pick him up today because he's trying to. Because number one, APC does not even have the structure, hands down, in River State. I mean, the lawmakers have defected, but they're still with Wike. The local government chairman, APC, but they're still with Wike. So it becomes very difficult for you to say, oh, they're going to just pick him up. And unfortunately, someone like Wike has been able to build whatever it is that he has given to all these guys. He's been able to build that structure. And even if they're going to destroy that structure, I don't think people on ground will want to work with Fubara. Because you have to also look at it, if you take Wike off the scene, or if you take Wike off the whole arrangement, who is the next person? Are these people able to mobilize people at the grassroots level? So if they're going to bring in an EFCC, it's not when you have an election and Tinubu is still trying to struggle to actually get re-elected, because everything leads to re-election. So, and again, Tinubu doesn't play politics like that.
Because from what he's saying, he has already indicted himself. All the things he has been saying since yesterday and all that. The man gave a history of how he stole money, how he did this, where he did, so he has confessed. It's just for the EFCC to pick him up and said, okay, you did all these things.
EFCC don't pick you up. Because EFCC is also a political wing. I mean, I don't see what they're really prosecuting, to be honest with you. They've all been compromised in a way. So they're not going to just pick him up. They only pick him up when it becomes a liability. And I don't see him as a liability as of today. Okay?
And you are still making noise. So this feeling above the law, it will soon come to an end. Telling the APC he must choose the next governor of Rivers State. Is it the owner of Rivers State? When,
fair
if
question.
not for the support given to him by Abuja, will a Wike can he even spit? Not to talk of insulting people in this manner. Is it not because of the cover and the protection given to him from Abuja? And so if they withdraw it, what will he do? No, tell me, what will Wike do? Nothing.
Wow, and that's it, you know. Just one sec. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it there. Yeah, so that's it. We'll see where all this leads to, and that's just the reality. OMG, Peter Obi went into total confusion when I asked a question on green energy. He doesn't even know what green energy is all about. Peter Obi should take a break from politics and seek admission into a proper school. No, I think this is a very old stuff. Mr. Easy planning to launch a beach club called Club TT. This couple only talks business. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. This is the United States with their fight and all that. What's this? Let's see this. I don't even know what this is. This. Oh, I saw this earlier today. Whatever that means. This is Jews or Kalu singing, right? What? And it's so unfortunate. These are the people, I mean, if you see the state of the country today, these are the people that have led to it. That's it. If you see that Tinubu next year, believe God. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And that's it. Okay. I should let her. Okay. That's it. What is this? She never meant Bella should get out but stay a little longer. Well, what does this mean? Let me see.
When I say get out, my get out doesn't mean get out. It means just stay a little longer.
I am about to talk a life story.
Okay.
Life is like a jankalufa. You go back, you go frost. You go back, you go frost.
Whatever that means.
When I say get out.
What you mean get out? You don't mean get out. You mean get in. Okay. As it APC gave Wike the platform he's attempting to skulk to democracy. The APC positioned Wike to wreck the PDP, and because he almost succeeded, he thinks he himself bigger than the president. Okay. Let's see this.
The sudden coming back of the State Assembly from their recess, the only mission they had, of course, was clear, to come for that impeachment notice. Even the language of the speaker, you could hear him re-echoing the language of the FCT minister, that Sim Fubara is a mistake, it's a mistake, it's a mistake. He kept saying that. So you could clearly see that it was a Nyesom Wike action, acted by those that are his stooges. But you see, the truth is that I have no tears for both counts. I have no tears for Sim Fubara. I have no pity either for Nyesom Wike, who is now biting more than he can chew. I also have no pity for the people who created the monster that we now know today as Nyesom Wike. Because the truth of the matter is that APC, through the enabling of the president, gave Nyesom Wike the platform with which he has used now to almost attempting to scuttle democracy in our country. I'm a member of the PDP.
Oh, those that are supporting Kalu are mostly older men, unlike the ones that are supporting Wike. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
They
I agree.
positioned him to wreck, to destroy, to undermine, to possibly annihilate the People's Democratic Party. And having almost succeeded with that, he now thinks himself bigger than possibly even the president. Because if you listened to some of the platforms that
I mean, most of those older men have also been involved in Nigerian politics too. I mean, a lot of them. I don't even know what majority of their accomplishments are.
Minister appeared, some of the meetings he had with those supporters in Rivers and all of that, you would hear him say, nobody, he didn't exempt anybody. Nobody can, decide what happens in Rivers. And so Wike has become larger than life, more like, as created by the Tinubu administration. And we hope that their rough fight continues, and so that the people of Nigeria can now take back their country through the right platforms, such as the People's Democratic...
The guy lost me when he said the People's... I mean, these people that are fighting are also majorly from the PDP. Almost all of them, at some point, were from the PDP. What is it talking about? Take back their party and then give it over to PDP?
People's Democratic Party platform and all of that, which the president has done everything possible to destroy and all that, and give us a one-party state. And it won't work. The truth is that what they have created is now about to eat all of them up. I hope the president will have the boldness, possibly, because I don't...
No, I think they're going to sort themselves out. What I want to see, really, going forward, is what ADC is doing. I mean, forget about PDP. They're going nowhere. I mean, they're still very strong, don't get me wrong. I mean, PDP is still PDP of today is still stronger than ADC in terms of structure, okay? But I want to see if ADC will be able to build on whatever it is that they now have working for them, which is Peter Obi. Peter Obi is the major thing working for them right now, and then we'll see how it works. If they can also get Kwakwaso to move over to ADC, then it becomes a more level playing field, for them. It's going to bomb them up, and then, at least they'll be in a better position to challenge whatever it is that they are able to do. But again, number one, they don't have more time. They don't have that time. They need to build a structure. Most of the people in there right now, they're not office holders. That's the problem. Most of the people in ADC right now are out of office. So it becomes difficult also to rally people around to get that, critical mass that is required.
I don't know what agreement they had. I hope he will have the boldness to now sack Nyesom Wike and...
It's not going to sack him, but I might be wrong. I loved all those surprises. I love being wrong at times.
Make him realize that there's only one president, commander-in-chief.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. That is all over the place. Yeah. That's it. Equatorians are original Igbo. Their names, cultural languages, Igbo don't engage. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't want to get involved in that. It's probably, yeah, just keep going at it, and then we're going to see that. Fubara to River State Assembly, I determine your existence. Again, that's why people don't want to work with this guy. I remember when he made those statements, you give them floating, you give their kids money to eat and all of that. It was kind of...
Let me say it here.
Yeah.
The young people, those group of men who claim that are assembly members are not assembly members. They are not existing. I want it to be on record. I accepted that peace accord. I accepted that peace accord to give them a floating.
What a very, very, very ridiculous statement to make. And that's why, I mean, all of them are kind of larger than life. Okay, this was a guy that was doing boy to Wike. I mean, it was the accountant general, I understand, but I mean, it was Wike made him governor. Even not for Wike, this guy won't be a governor today. So he now saying that he's made some people, he gave them money, gave them floating and all that. And then he speaks tough and all that. But you don't even have anybody on your side in the State House of Assembly. And that's why it's difficult for them to work with him. It's difficult. Because these people are equal with you. The way the law works, they're equal with you. They are meant to check you. Although most of them don't do their job nowadays. And that's it.
Are not assembly members. They are not existing. I want it to be on record. I accepted that peace accord. I accepted that peace accord to give them a floating.
All right, Latifa.
That's the truth. There was nothing in that peace accord that's a constitutional issue. It's a political solution to a problem. And I accepted it because these were people that were eating in my house.
What the heck? They were eating in your house, okay.
These were people that have helped pay their children's school fees when I wasn't even a governor.
And how were you able to get that money to pay their children's school fees? Because we're talking about 20-something plus members, right? Government money? I mean, it's just unfortunate.
So what is the thing there? Yeah, we might have a division, but I believe that one day we could also come together. And that was the reason I did it. But I think it's gotten to a time when I need to make a statement on this thing.
Okay.
So that they understand that they're not existing. The existence is me.
Wow.
Allowing
That sounds like a VDM talk.
them to exist. If I did recognize them, they are nowhere. That's the truth. So.
Wow. Yeah, I remembered. Yeah, they're reminding him. And that's why it's difficult, right? Again, that other guy, that speaker looks like someone that is preparing to be the next governor. You know, and that's it. Yeah. What's this? Innocent man just following instructions. What is this? Okay, I'm not gonna. Yeah, we'll see. They gave me beans and bread in prison, but I didn't eat it because I didn't have appetite. I have a lot of celebrities to help me, but they didn't respond. Nobody cared about me. Who is this one?
With bread, but me, I no eat it, yo, because I no get appetite. I was thinking, I call in a lot of celebrity
Hi,
to come
Mario.
and help my life. I will tell you people who come and who no come. Even when I get sell.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, let me go. The president of Ghana has leveraged on gold price to reduce inflation, debt, and turn the cedis to one of the strong currencies in the world. He reduced the size of his government as well. John Mahama did all of this in just a few years, but his counterparts in Nigeria did the opposite. He ballooned public debt to 152 trillion and is making excuses after almost 3 years. Let's look at this.
I'm going to ask a question rather than give my thoughts very quickly, so then I'll hand over. But what is it that you think Ghana are doing well in order for us to see the inflation numbers come down? And is it food inflation? Was that blue? The blue line was headline inflation coming down,
yes, and
then the orange was.
Yeah, so gold prices have really helped Ghana a lot. Gold gave them a positive balance of payments. Gold added to their foreign exchange reserves, so that of course helped their exports, and it also strengthened the cedi. So the stronger your currency is and the more stable your currency is, that is going to contribute to prices. I mean, look, inflation still measures rising prices.
Okay, gold helped them this year. Last year, it was cocoa that actually helped them. Okay? Yeah, it was cocoa that actually helped them. Pride goes before you fall. You actually see the pride in Fubara. Fubara is not, I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Wiki too, but Fubara, that guy, I mean, I don't even know what to do with him, to be honest with you. There's a side of me that really wants him, you know, there's a side of me that really wants him to break loose from Wiki, because all this godfatherism thing is just becoming too much. Like you bring in a governor in and he's a slap and he's a lame dog from day one. So there's a side of me that wants Wiki to be really, you know, dealt with. But that being said, I mean, Fubara is also more or less like, he's the same. Like, I can't be sympathetic to Fubara, unfortunately. At the same time, I can't be sympathetic to Wiki. Whatever it is they're fighting, I just believe that, I mean, it's more of a clash of the titans. They're going to sort themselves out. And whoever wins, well, it is what it is. Fubara protected Wiki when the FCC were about to carry him. Wiki only talks about how he single-handedly made Fubara governor, but never talks about how Fubara covered his ass at some point. With respect to what? With respect to the accounting, or with respect to Yeah, like, do you, at what point, like, maybe I didn't follow that story well. How did Fubara help protect him? And maybe that might be a dumb question. Because if they really want to carry him, they're going to carry him, right? Yeah, hi, me. So again, all these things that this guy is talking about that is helping Ghana is the same thing that should be helping Nigeria. We have gold, we have cocoa, right? Although from one of the analysis that I saw, and I'm going to try and play that right now. Let me allow him to finish. I saw an analysis, and again, just I want to also put it out there. Okay, full disclosure. This person that did the analysis is actually a member of the APC government. So he works with the CBN governor. Okay, but I'm going to play it out there because we've just to play everything and then you make up your mind if this is really true. Okay, but it's an analysis on the state of the economy. And I think it was more of something that was played towards either the end of last year or the beginning of this year where they talked about what they've been doing. And that might also help you if you have an investment in Nigeria or whatever. Now, I don't give investment advice. I'm just going to put that out there.
It's just this is the pace at which they are rising, much like Nigeria. I mean, we had a stable currency now for well over a year, and you've seen inflation decelerate to 14%. So it's a gold story, to some extent cocoa as well, but more gold than anything else.
Yeah, I said cocoa, right? Yeah.
I mean, let's stay on Ghana, which I think is a formidable story and a great...
With respect to covering embezzlement when it was office, he helped. I mean, is that a good thing? I'm just saying. He was doing his job, right? As a wingman of Wike then.
Set for Mahama's second term reset agenda, as he calls it. And for me, I think what stands out is their ability to have reduced their debt from, let me just check, from 66% to 45%, 1 year in office. And I just love when we walk the talk, which is that he came in, he said we're going to cut government spending, we're going to be prudent, there shall be tight fiscal policy, excuse me, and he did just that, and we're seeing the effect of it. Of course, we're also seeing the fact that there was a huge you're looking at me like
no, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
I thought you were questioning what I was saying. Yes. Then of course food inflation, because we know, just similar to Nigeria, the food basket itself weighs heavily when it comes to being inflation drivers, and we know that whether it be plantain or tomatoes and so forth, Ghana has been able to drive down the food prices in a way that is palpable and can be felt within the markets, within the household pocket. So I think this is a great success story. But the big difference for me is that we see several governments talk the talk about being prudent and exercising fiscal restraint. But in this case, Mahama has done it, and I hope that his second term will go down well in history and that he will be celebrated for that. Then on the consumer, next person, DJI, new drones banned from the US. So it will be interesting to see how the new drones perform, given that the United States makes up 70 to 80% of DJI's drone market.
Okay, very quickly. The real question to ask about Ghana is, what lessons can Nigeria learn from Ghana? It's not about the minutiae. It's about the more fundamental issues. How are they managing their economy, that they've been able to reduce inflation, food inflation, and headline inflation to 4%.
To 4%. That's good.
I'm going to ask a question.
That's really good. I mean, if you can actually have a one digit, right? That's really interesting. Let me see the map again. Sorry, let me see the map again. Just by the way, this is not 4%. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's see. Okay, outgoing governors know why they make sure they choose who will cover their asses when they're out of government. Yeah, and again, it becomes very difficult, right? With respect to that, respectfully so, because there is no way the EFCC will come for Wike that Fubara won't be implicated. So could it be that but the two of them actually were working hand in hand, and that's why I don't really like both of them though. There was a time effect. Yeah, looking for Fubara to arrest for money laundering. Was Wike that hid him for months in government house. They are both partners in crime. Exactly. They are both not good for business. They are both not good for the Nigerian situation, to be honest with you. And again, that's it. Okay, all of them, right? Yeah. And that's I want to check Ghana's inflation as of today. Oh, I hope I don't. Yeah, let me see what Ghana is doing as of now, and then I'll play that stuff if I can get it. Okay. Wow. It's at 5%. Wow. Look at that. It's at 5.4% as of the close of 2025. It dropped from a 23.8%. Wow, they're really doing well. Look at that. I think we should be able to eat single digit next year. Sorry, this year. We should be able to eat single digit. We're now at 14.45, I believe. As of today, January 10, 2026, okay? Yeah, 6.3% November. And then in December, they are down to 4.9. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's quite interesting. Let me see. I said I wanted to get this. Just bear with me for 1 sec. I want to just get the analysis that was done. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Let me see if I can get it here. Yeah, this is it for you guys. Just a question on allegedly. Wow, this is 1 hour. I'm not going to listen to 1 hour stuff about the economy, but I'm just going to just leave it as is.
All right, welcome, Maya. A lot of good work.
Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is this is 1 hour. Assuming I have like a snapshot, then I'm going to play this, but I'm not going to bore you guys with 1 hour. If you're interested in watching that, I'm just going to just drop it in the chat. So whoever wants to listen to it, but it was kind of insightful in terms of what, they're doing and if it makes any sense to anyone. No advice with respect to what you would do with that. Okay, I'm just gonna move on to see if there's still anything I really want to cover. There's this interview that I saw earlier today that I just want to talk about, and let me see. Yeah, and it had to do with River State. River crisis cannot be transferred from PDP to APC. Will reject it. Okay.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Now, adding to the drama in River State, the State House of Assembly has begun impeachment proceedings against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu. During plenary presided over by the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Martin Zamaule, on Thursday, the Majority Leader Major Jack read out the notice of allegations and gross misconduct against Fubara. Ameule said the notice will be served to Fubara in the next 7 days. Now, reacting to the impeachment proceedings against...
Actually, Leonard, they didn't even wait for 7 days. That they actually served them that same day. That same day.
Fubara, the ruling APC has rejected the impeachment process against their governor and his deputy. Well, joining us on the show to discuss the drama in the state is Darlington Nwauju, Rivers State APC spokesperson.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, sir, and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Good morning.
I mean, will this guy even be able to deliver for Tinubu? Let's even start with that. This is the first time I'm seeing this guy. Will he be able to deliver for Tinubu? And that's one of the things that I think Tinubu were looking at. Who can really, really deliver for me?
Nigerians.
Well, Mr. Nwauju, tell us about the imminent blowout in Rivers State. We have seen the commencement of the drama. What is likely to happen? Even if the APC is saying, oh, Governor Fubara is our governor, nobody can do anything to him. But the members of the House of Assembly are also APC members. So, the APC in Rivers State is just about to implode again. This is a third impeachment proceeding against...
It's looking like a C2. I didn't say that, bro. This guy can't deliver shishi. Look at him, man. I mean, this guy can't deliver shishi. I'm just telling you. So APC in Rivers is just as good as they're just learning politics 101. So if you want to actually take Wike out, just be sure you have a better plan.
Governor Fubara, tell us about this one day, one trouble, 1 hour, one crisis in Rivers State. And what we should...
And then all of a sudden, Fubara that worked against APC in 2023 is now their darling, right? Permanent interest.
Respect.
Well, I want to quickly say good morning, Dr. Abati.
Good morning.
Let me say this clearly. For those who are in doubt of the resolve of the APC in Rivers State, to ensure that the government of the day in Rivers is not destabilized, then let them take this to the bank. That we would not accept, we would not align, we would not also pander to the wishes of any external force anywhere that will attempt to destabilize the government of Rivers State, given the fact, like we clearly stated in...
You really don't like this guy. I mean, I don't know, bro, but it's just quite interesting how these people are now coming out. Like, they couldn't even deliver the state. You know, it was Wike that delivered the state to Tinubu, but again, it's politics, right?
Our statement yesterday that this governor is not just a member of the All Progressive Congress, but as it stands today, is the leader of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State. Okay. Now, you would recall the series of drama or the drama series that we've been treated to in Rivers State, and that was purely when they were members of the People's Democratic Party, starting from October 13th, 2020.
Is it reading a script? Which one is wipe away? If we can, people doesn't live for Barra, they'll be wiped away. Okay. We'll see. I mean, it's game set on, right? It's game on now. We're gonna see what happens, but I doubt. I don't know, man. It's the final battle. If once Wike loses this battle, it's over for Wike. Once he loses this battle, it's over for him.
When the drama began, we believe strongly that this should not dovetail into the APC. The spirit of PDP cannot be transferred into the APC.
Can you imagine? The spirit of PDP can be transferred to APC, but you're taking their governor, you're taking all the State House of Assembly members, you're taking almost all the local government who are by default PDP. So you took PDP into your party and you're saying the spirit. Hello, bro. I don't understand, bro.
We are going to resist it. We are going to reject it. And every Frankenstein monster that attempts to destabilize our party and the leadership of...
Wike is not the State Assembly. Why is nobody calling the State Assembly is the State Assembly, not part of the APC? No, but those guys are in APC, right? Most of them. Most of those guys in the State Assembly, they all defected to APC. Right? Am I right? Yeah, I think they all did.
The governor of Rivers State in Rivers State will surely be resisted by every legal means possible.
Okay. Mr. Nwauju, this is not an emotional thing. The the House of Assembly of Rivers State is a legislative assembly. And the guys there, they are relying on Section 188 of the Constitution, except they make the same mistake as the Oyo State House of Assembly did in the Lado.
Oh, I think I get your point. Why are they... Okay, so you're saying that they're APC. Why can't they call them to order? Because the House of Assembly members are by default APC. Why would they go against an APC governor? Because they are just there, you understand, because of the crisis that PDP is having. They are in APC only in name only. These guys, as you see them, they are not really APC per se. These guys are Wike's loyalists. Even the local government chairman too, that are in APC, they are Wike's loyalists. So again, remember that they all moved to APC first. And then you had the governor's defect to APC. And the governor defected to APC so as to save his career, so as to save his governorship. Okay, but now what's happening right now is that within APC, just the same way there is faction in PDP, within APC in Rivers State now, from my understanding, and I might be wrong, there's now a faction. So there's the pro-Wike, side in APC that are just there, I would say temporarily. And then you have those guys that, before now, PDP and APC in Rivers State, they were not friends. It was actually Wike that actually leaped out of PDP to go support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023. Okay, even despite the fact that he supported Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it was still not like pally to those guys that are default APC members. So now what is happening right now is this, that those guys that have been always fighting Wike are now using this opportunity to see how they can actually wrestle the structure of Rivers State away from Wike. So that's where the whole thing is. But the state assembly members are loyal to Wike. And they too, I think they perceive that once the structure goes off Wike's hand, it's going to be a problem for them. They might also be discarded. So this is the last leverage that they do have, even though they're in APC.
Case where they went and met in a hotel and they didn't follow the procedure under Section 188.
Hotel.
Yes. So if they just follow that Section 188, even Section 188 sub 11 says, gross misconduct is as they define it. So what are you going to resist? It's not an emotional thing. If they want to remove Fubara, they will remove him.
Dr. Abati.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Abati, it is not, I am not being emotional about it.
Okay.
This has to do with the twin issue of politics and legality. I concede the fact that this has legal implications owing to the fact that it borders centrally on Section 188 of the...
This guy cannot save Fubara. Yeah, that's the thing. The issue of not following the Rivers law by the governor spending money without legislation is the issue which is linked to performance and loyalty. I mean, all those stuff that is not following the law based on spending. I just think that's just more of an anchoring. They just want to remove the guy, even if he follows the whole thing. Okay, they're still going to remove him. And it's not a battle of today. It's a battle of even before before it was suspended. So they never settled. They never came together to say, oh, this is what we want to do and all that. They never settled, actually. So it's a fight of supremacy. It's a fight of, whatever agreement it is that they had. Agreement is agreement. It's a fight that, we want to actually get you out because you are actually an hindrance. So it's not even, they just choose that because so there are two schools of thought. There is the school of thought that, whatever budget it is that they have as of today was actually approved by the National Assembly when the administrator was there. And that budget should carry Rivers State up until August next year. Okay. Now, if it's going to carry Rivers up until August next year, then there's no basis for you to say you want to impeach him. But again, going by the way, the system operates in Nigeria, I think a new year, there should be a new budget. Budget should run January to December, from my own understanding. So the reason why they really want to remove the guy is just because Wike wants the guy gone. And then we want to see if this spokesman will be able to defend and sustain him.
The 1999 Constitution as amended, and you well know that the State Assembly is a creation of the Constitution under Chapter 5 of our Constitution. And I do not think that any reasonable person will support the usurpation of the powers of the State House of Assembly or even any legislature anywhere in the world. No true Democrat will support the usurpation or promote the usurpation of the powers of the legislature, given the fact that this is a tripod governance or a democracy, and every democracy is a tripod that sits or rests on the legislature, judiciary, and the executive. Okay. But all we are saying is that the 7 or 8 points that have been laid out there that the House members consider as impeachable offenses, to our mind, are politically motivated. And because they are politically motivated, we are saying that as a political party, we will be able to resolve issues that are in the realms of politics politically. Now, if you also want to look at...
Again, people talk about gross misconduct and all that for impeachment, but at the end of the day, impeachment is also political. It's a political stuff. Yeah. And you could always, bring whatever. You can... there's just saying that says, show me the person and I will give you the crime. I mean, you can easily find that. They've impeached people on business stuff. I mean, the president of the United States was actually impeached because of a phone call the first time. Or because of a phone call to another president. So again, impeachment is 100% politics.
I've read countless tons of arguments and commentaries since this issue broke out yesterday. And one of the questions that the people on the streets of Port Harcourt have been asking is, what was, or what is, if you like, the offense of the deputy governor of...
I disagree. Tinubu refused Lagos Speaker from impeachment because he was not carried along, considering the Speaker's loyalty. Why will Fubara want to go through the back door to destroy... through the back door, right? Through the back now to destroy Wike. Tinubu hates this loyal son. You have a very good point there. Yeah, you have a very, very good point. And that's why, and you know, before you join, and that's why I'm saying that it might be very, very difficult, you know, for Tinubu to discard Wike and just give it over to Fubara. But we'll see where it goes. But this is the final battle. Once Wike loses this battle, it becomes a problem. And again, from all indication, I think the grassroots seems to be for Wike, from what I've seen. So again, we'll see what happens.
Rivers State. And we all know that the Nigerian Constitution does not spell out a clear function to the office of the deputy governor. And whereas the deputy governor has duties and responsibilities that are solely directed by her principal, the governor. And so our argument is that, like I said before, this is politically motivated,
of course,
and it will surely be deoxygenated from the realms and within the realms of politics. We concede to the fact that yes, the House of Assembly has powers under Section 188 to investigate, and not just to investigate, to interrogate, checks and balances, and to ensure that appointments are duly approved by the House of Assembly. But you also know that reversing the decision of hundreds of thousands of Rivers people is not an easy decision. It is quite a...
Who is this guy? That's always, he's the spokesman of Rivers APC. That's the spokesman of Rivers APC. That's the person that speaks for the Rivers APC. Again, I don't know his capability to be able to even deliver Wike. The crisis in Rivers State will obviously provide opening for opposition parties to come in and pick at least 30% of the votes during presidential elections. And I think at this point in time, this is a time for them to also start recruiting if they really want to build a structure in Rivers. But I'm not sure if that is, if Rivers State is in play for ADC. Maybe they're just thinking that no matter what happens, they may not be able to get something good. But again, I seriously, I don't speak for the ADC, but this is a very good opportunity for them if they really want to actually move on. And I think Peter Obi would have some good level of support because he did win, you know, at least some numbers in Rivers election. They can actually use him to see if they can actually get more votes. If he focuses on that, I think that might work well. I think he should stop traveling to the north for a while. I think Peter Obi should focus on the south. Let Atiku and the other northerners, you know, focus on the north. You know, and then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, they might be able to do that. But again, maybe because, you know, Peter Obi just joined, I'm still not seeing major activities coming out from the ADC. So maybe they're doing something, you know, and they're still, you know, putting up their stuff. But right now, I think that they are already late to the party. But we'll see what happens.
It's just one. It is a serious business. It is fundamental and germane to democracy for anybody or group of individuals to wake up one morning to seek to reverse the decision made by hundreds of thousands of Rivers people is not a joke. And so, because it is not a joke...
Are you sure it was made by Rivers people in the first place? Let's even start with that one. Are you sure that decision was made by Rivers people? You know, if Peter Obi is the presidential candidate, ADC will get a lot of votes in Rivers State. Yeah. Yeah, and even if he supports, I mean, I know we've spoken about Peter Obi, but I don't see him being. But again, if he is, yes, I agree with you. But I don't know, man.
It is something that must be followed procedurally, and you cannot by any means possible throughout any of the procedures. Yes, the governor has 7 days within which to respond to the allegations brought before him and his deputy by the members of the House of Assembly.
Mr. Nwaoju.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. You know,
yes,
we don't
please.
want this to turn... I've got it this time around.
Yes.
Well, you know, we don't want to run the risk of this turning into a monologue. Let's continue the conversation. I want to pivot to a different...
Yeah, the guy was just peeling, bro. I don't even know, man.
...angle of this, Mr. Nwaoju. Article 21 of the APC constitution refers to offences, also refers to anti-party activities.
I mean, that vibration, I don't know, whoever has that phone, that vibration is just too heavy, right? I mean, you should put it on silence.
Section A, subsection 2 specifically speaks to any conduct which is likely to embarrass or have adverse effect on the party or bring the party into hatred, contempt, ridicule or disrepute, and a number of other disobedience as well of some directives of the party. My question is, if these APC House of Assembly members do not heed the APC's request to halt this impeachment process, will they be subjected to anti-party...
They're not born them were subject to. This guy looks like a Fulani breed in River State.
to the consequences of anti-party activities according to the APC constitution? Because earlier you spoke about the spirit of the PDP not coming into the APC. And we know that one of the challenges the PDP had is the inability to discipline party members. If they refuse to follow your directive or the APC's directive, will these House of Assembly members be disciplined? And what will that discipline look like?
Okay.
Now, let me assure you that the current leadership of the All Progressive Congress in Nigeria under Professor Yewadan Entawe and Senator Ajibola Bashiru have the capacity, because all policy statements and directions and directives, if you like, of the party flows from the National Secretariat of our great party. And so I want to assure the public, Rivers people in particular, that our political party, under the firm leadership of Professor Nentawe and Senator Ajibola Bashiru, has capacity and competence and experience to deal with the current simmering situation. And I assure you that even without looking through our books, as you've clearly stated, as enshrined in Article 20, we have disciplinary procedures. We will not delve into the realms of having anybody disciplined until and when it is very clearly and obvious to us that this is an attempt to destabilize our political
so is this
party.
What has happened is, do you consider this anti-party activities?
You cannot consider every political disagreement as an anti-party activity. It is still, like I said before, it is well in the realms of political disagreement, and it will be resolved as such.
Okay. Please, I'd like to know, just for sake of the conversation and my question, what faction are you part of in the APC in Rivers?
What?
Rufai, good morning once again. I thank you for your question. It is interesting to know.
You don't want to relent on this your Fulani looks. Maybe he's a Fulani breed or mixed Fulani, mixed Rivers.
Not like I've read some interventions.
No, you might have a point.
Since yesterday that we issued that statement concerning the existence of a faction of our party recognized by the NWC of the party. Now, let me say this clearly and abundantly so, that the All Progressive Congress in Nigeria is a party of democracy, a party of progressives. This is a party that stands with the people of Nigeria and obeys the rule of law. Now, before now, sometime in August 12, 2024, there was a decision by a state high court presided over by Justice Sika Henry Aprioku, which reinstated and nullified the decision of Alhaji Ganduje to set aside.
This guy is reading a script. I guess they gave him the questions they will be asking him. he's not speaking like someone that really understands what's happening.
Side or to dissolve validly elected executives of our party, and then flowing from that, in November of 2024, another High Court again nullified the congresses that purportedly produced one Mr. Tony Okocha as chairman of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, and these issues, as we speak today, is lying before the Court of Appeal Port Harcourt Division and is not being dispensed with. And so I laugh.
The question is, which faction do you belong? I'm tired. I'm gonna move on.
At those who refer to our party as factionalized, given the fact that there is a legally recognized executive of the party led by Emeka Bekee.
So you're part of the Bekee faction. Let me just hold it at that. You're part of the Bekee faction. Because I didn't...
I said the legally recognized executives of the party as...
But that's what I mean, right? He's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Just comment on what I see. Yeah.
Emeka Bekee.
I think you have a point.
You're part of the Bekee faction because I didn't see Emeka Bekee go there to raise Fubara's up. So you're part of the Bekee faction. So very good. Thank you for clarifying that. So is it that
executives?
No, okay.
Bekee led executives.
Let me go ahead. Please don't interrupt me. I beg you in the name of God. So, as being part of the Bekee faction,
go ahead, Rufai.
Are you people now in support of Fubara? Is it that you have done a deal with Fubara? Because I'm surprised that you are supporting him. So is it that you have done a deal? Because I thought your allegiance before was to Tony Cole in all of this matter. So can I confirm from you that you people are supporting Fubara and your allegiance now is to Fubara on the Bekee side?
Now I had an interview with a sister station, and I clearly stated the provisions of our constitution and the way the party runs conventionally, and that is very, very abundantly clear. And there are no ambiguities with all these things. It is only those who choose to either be economical with the truth, or they choose willfully to be ignorant of the facts on ground. Now, number one, before now, we had a standard bearer for the All Progressive Congress Party, which is Pastor Architect Tony Cole. And until you have or you go into another election cycle and elect a new standard bearer, that standard bearer remains the leader of the party. Now, fortunately, the sitting governor of Rivers State joins the All Progressive Congress. And our party constitution gives authority to the party to recognize the sitting governor as leader of our political party. And so that...
Again, that whatever that constitution is, that's nonsense. I mean, this guy has never hasn't run any election as an APC member. He was not involved in building the party. I mean, this is why I guess whatever committee it is that Tinubu was trying to set up would definitely look into this, because this doesn't make sense. If either somebody defects into your party and automatically give him the party leadership, I mean, it might be expedient, right? It might just be because, yes, he's in charge of the resources of the state, but that in itself looks like a dumb provision, because what you've done in actual fact is that whoever has been in the party before now, even if it was the person that he contested against in the last election, you just rendered that person useless. So what's the main purpose of being loyal to a party? Okay, what's the essence of being loyal to a party when someone just comes in, the person that has been wreaking havoc against your party in the state, but because he's a governor now a defect, then you give him automatic party leadership 001. I don't know, man.
That is how it works. The moment the governor of Rivers State consummated his membership of the All Progressive Congress Party, he automatically becomes leader of our party. There are no...
Possibly that's why they didn't allow Adeleke to join the APC in Osun State. because they blocked that guy from joining. That's why he went to join Accord Party, I believe.
Ambiguities. It is not being emotional. It's not saying half-truths or churning out irrelevant stories. I am not trained to churn out half-truths.
Okay.
Mr. Wajo, just before we go, we're running out of time now. Can you please comment as briefly as possible?
Yes, please.
On the role of Minister Wike in this matter, because these days you discuss River State, you must have Wike as factor, Wike's presence, Wike's influence, Wike's impact in the matter. Briefly, the way you see it.
Well, I must say, Dr. Abati, that I speak for the All Progressive Congress Party. I do not speak for Minister Nyesom Wike. And so it is very also difficult for any sane individual to delve into arguments or begin to offer opinions.
Okay, let me say, Fubara has not contributed to APC, political weight. Abe was appointed through Wike's influence. Yeah, and again, and this will create a big problem. Because those people that are touting him as the 001, I mean, there's not been any major political victory that I can say Fubara has taken. The political victory that has come out of River State has been through Wike. Now, that doesn't mean Wike is, a good person. I'm just saying, this is a reality. And again, that's just it. So how do we then, you just give him 001, does he even know how to run elections? Does he even know how to get people to follow his leadership? Or is it just people outside of the state or people that have scores with Wike that actually wants to use him and then possibly dump him? I mean, these are the questions. But again, that's their constitution and it's a political party, right? APC believes in power. They are considering who wields power, and that is why they made that law. They believe that whoever is in control of the state government has full control of the state money. Yeah, I agree with that. But again, there are also some other exigencies. I know he has the money, and I know it's all about the power. But what happens when he's impeached? Does the APC, whoever takes control, does it then become the 001? What do they do with Fubara? Again, I'm saying that I think the intention of that constitution is right if you see that this person actually went through the whole process and won an election. But when you now have a case where there's a defectee or someone that just defected into your party, then it tests actually the resolve of that. Yeah. And it's all about power, actually.
Or ideas or rumors or hearsays about any other individual, especially those who are not even of the same political plumage with you. And so I dare say, or I am constrained to say, sir, that it will be difficult to make commentaries on somebody who is not even a member of my own political party. My interest is the APC. My interest is that the APC turns itself into a winning machine in River State and wins elections come 2027. I'm not interested in non-APC members.
Please, just hold on. Hold your fire. I am...
How do you mean Wike has completed his tenure? Wike has completed his tenure. Yeah. I don't know what your question is there.
And I dare say that as a stakeholder in River State, you cannot play deaf and dumb about the Wike factor in Rivers politics. Forget about APC. Tell us what you know as a stakeholder, not as an APC member.
Yes, but...
Again, he's a spokesman for APC. This guy is not ready to say anything that would implicate him because maybe he's also still looking forward to what Wike is going to do, So he's going to just answer the question in a political way, not to get into Wike's front burner. Yeah. Again, okay, let's just listen to him.
Dr. Abadi, with all due respect, you cannot pigeonhole me into offering opinions on something that I clearly choose not to. You cannot pigeonhole me into doing so.
Dude, you came on TV to talk about the issue that is happening in River State, and the person causing the problem in River State is Wike. So how dare you not want to talk about Wike? I know you're an APC spokesperson, but this is the thing facing you guys. That's the reality. So if you're going to come on TV to talk about what's happening, you must be able to tell us really, where does it, I want to stay clear. I mean, these are the people that wants to deliver River State to Tinubu in 2027.
Now, I say to you again, for the sake of emphasis, that I choose not to be forced into the realms of commenting about non-APC members. The governor of Rivers State is a member of the All Progressive Congress. The House of Assembly members are members of the All Progressive Congress. So when I choose to have discussions around these individuals, I have the authority, I have the legal rights to do so, but not to now begin to analyze or subject my consciousness and my conscience to somebody who is not even a member of my political party. I have no business discussing such an...
Okay. I mean, what else? He doesn't want to face the elephant in the room.
Individual. I'm sorry I cannot offer any opinions about him.
You know if you talk about her.
Exactly.
You fear Wike, Abi.
Exactly. Hi, Sunday.
Well, no problem. Fear is an acceptable human emotion.
Here's the comment.
Mr. Rufai, I take exception to that. If there is one individual who critiqued the 8 years administration of the FCT minister, I think we are not up to 5 persons in Rivers State that have done so time and time again. And so I am not afraid of anybody. I am only afraid of the Almighty God who created heaven and earth.
Okay.
And I fear nobody, I can assure you.
Mr. Waju, we get your point, which is that Nyesom Wike, Minister of the FCT, is irrelevant when APC matters are being discussed. That would be a fair summary, I think.
We are discussing purely APC matters.
Yes. And you say Wike is irrelevant to APC matters in Rivers State. Thank you very much indeed.
You see that? These are the guys that want to actually fight against Wike. Wike has completed his tenure. Yes, he has. But also he holds a big sway in what happens in Rivers State. All what you're seeing that happened this week is actually Wike. Okay, so let me say Fubara has not contributed to APC paper political weight. Abe was appointed through Wike. You're referring to the ongoing political dynamics. This is Grox. This is XAI. Yeah. Anytime I'm confused, I just use it as my go-to. This is what it's saying. Fubara limited contribution to APC political weight. Fubara defected just in December 9, 2025, largely as a survival move amid his rift with Wike. While he has been declared the APC leader in Rivers State by senior party figures, including the national chairman and others, including Wike, critics, including Wike and his allies, argue that it came too late and that Fubara lacks deep-rooted structure or prior investment in building the APC in the state. Wike has dismissed claim of Fubara's dominance, emphasizing that Fubara has no political structure and that his defection doesn't automatically translate to real influence or victory over Wike's long-standing networks. Some describe it as a boost for APC, but not necessarily a decisive blow to Wike's hold. That's not me talking. That's not me. Magnus Abe's appointment through Wike's influence. This is accurate based on public statements and report. In January 2026, President Tinubu nominated Senator Magnus Abe, a former 2-term senator and long-time APC figure, as chairman, board of the Nigerian Upstream, Petroleum Regulatory Commission, blah, 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 blah. So again, we'll see what happens. This remains fluid, and that's what I've actually stood on. With Fubara gaining federal party protection, but Wike retaining significant influence through past contributions and allies like Abe, the situation could evolve further ahead of 2027 elections. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. That I don't know where this leads to. But this is more like a final battle. If Wike loses at this point, then it's over for him. Technically, though. So that's that about that. I think it's time to call it a day, and we'll see what happens. Let me just see if there's anything that I can actually talk about before I go. Sim Fubara is a shameless ingrate. Okay. Wike wants to keep his structure intact till when power returns to the South. Exactly. He believes that he can become president. I don't believe he's going to become president. But that's what he believes. Yes. And I agree with you that that's what he actually believes. But it's just that I don't know. When is that? 2039? Will it still be relevant at the time? Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the show. And I still don't understand his end goal. I don't know what is, he wants to use River State as his piggy bank. He wants to always fall, over to River State whenever he's off, the federal levels. And that's why we have this whole battle. That's why we have all these old problems. I'm going to end with this one. I'm going to end tonight with this one, and we'll see what happens. We will vote for Tinubu in 2027. Want him to continue his good governance. We are happy with his leadership. Crowd in Ibadan gathered to cheer on the current Nigerian administration and encourage continuation into next term. Wow. Well, let's see this. Fire show on River State. I think we've listened to this, but if it says it's a shameless ingrate, okay, let's see. That's what he returns.
They are jokers. The president is not like you. It's not like those making such assertions. The president hates ingratitude. A lot of problems will have happened to Governor Sanwo-Olu, but in magnanimity of the president, which shows the president is not looking away from his own state. Who does that?
Let me come in here. Sorry. So politically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that is going on in River State, is this not godfatherism taken too far?
It's taken too far.
I say to you, the Asiwaju that I know hates ingratitude.
No, that's not the question. Is the Godfather? I mean, you made the guy a lame duck from day one, and again, it's just unfortunate. Nigeria's a broken system country. Yeah, it is. It is. It's really. There's no ideology actually. It's just power and power
Nobody
mongering.
hates ingratitude. If you say something taken too far, would you say it's taking too far for somebody to put you on the seat?
Describing as ingratitude. What was it that this governor has done wrong this time around? This is impeachment 2.0 on Sim Fubara. What has this man done wrong so bad that
They always do textbook journalism.
want him out, and it looks so frustrating for the governance of that state.
You have rules of engagement as a staff of Channels Television. The Constitution provides rule of engagement for every politician. It is when we get out of the rule, we begin to look for public sympathy. Let me tell you, I was removed as governor. I went to exile. When I came back the second time, I was a better person. The coming back of Governor Fubara should make him a better person. If you make a mistake before...
What the hell? You were removed because there were certain allegations. I mean, again, we've seen how the battle has evolved. Even this just last year, towards the end of last year, he still fought Obasanjo, right? So
the second time, you are not supposed to go through that route. Politics is a power game. Nobody serves politics a la carte for you. With all due respect. Let me tell you, you are the one enjoying the office of a president, of a governor of River State. That's not.
No be bad people way by the one skill and take over their land. Tinubu is doing well and it should continue.
Okay. Tell me, can you come and imagine Wike is not the minister of FCT? It will become history. Some people are saying it's about Asiwaju's election. No, because Asiwaju's election will come first. Don't forget that. Both Wike, both Fubara, both all of them saying it's Asiwaju, they will work for Asiwaju. 2 weeks after, there will be an election for River State. So, will Asiwaju now say, Wike, don't fight for your life, oh? Just sit down there, don't fight for your life. We are all aware of the understanding they had before Asiwaju, whatever you say. Anybody defending the beautiful lady, anybody defending Governor Fubara, Asiwaju is still the leader of the party in Nigeria. May I say to you, don't join Wike's political appointment to the realities on the ground in terms of him defending his political future. You all agreed. You came to some levels of agreement. With all due respect, I don't support what Governor Fubara is doing. Governor Fubara is enjoying the office of the governor. Let him calm down. Give little respect to your leader. You understand?
No, everybody told us what Governor
Wow.
Fubara's sins are.
May I ask you?
Wow.
Because it does look like you have inferred that all of these problems are political in nature. What exactly are the sins of Governor Fubara?
I agree. You said they are political. Yes, they are political. You understand? They are political. Your office is not political. We are politicians. We have expectations. That's why we choose to support certain people. Let me tell you, Governor Fubara is.
Oh, let me check that.
Rightful for you to make appointments without recourse to House of Assembly, as provided by the Constitution. Is it lawful, rightful to be spending public funds without recourse to House of Assembly? Who does that? As bad as it was in Ekiti, I was too scared to make appointments. When the House of Assembly of the APC was there, all I did was to just appoint essays without things that had to go to the assembly, because I knew it will have consequences. Don't let us take away the realities. We can't disobey the Constitution. Even if you see you are not working with Wiki, let us pretend. These things suddenly happen until the serving of the impeachment notices. There's a way to go about it. You can pretend and just have peace for your own self. Shenwa, I wasn't the same when I came back the second time. All the same, I was able to face President Buhari because I knew that the direction he would go. At last, Nigerians were able to praise my efforts. But on the seat as governor, I was careful. I looked for most of my enemies, perceived enemies. I made friends with them, like the governor of Ekiti is doing today. The governor should climb down from his high horse and remember that yesterday, somebody stood up for me. I rode on somebody's shoulder. Let him climb down on his horse. Nobody will tolerate that. Would you say we could go and sleep at home? Don't do politics again?
Okay, that's not about that. It's all politics, exactly, and that's it. Okay, so yeah, I was showing this. The people that will vote in 2027 have started pledging their allegiance, and this is it here. Saying, let me even see that. Okay, the people that will vote. Okay, and that's Tinubu. And now it seems you don't know that bandits are causing mayhem in Ibadan. Really? Okay, so and then let's see that. I missed that news. To be honest with you, I missed that news. You are right. There's been a recent serious security concern in Oyo State, which includes Ibadan as the capital. Just a few days ago, on January 6, 2026, suspected bandits, described by authorities as cross-border criminal, what does that mean? Attacked the old National Park Service in Oloka Village, Orire local government area of Oyo State. What the hell is that? Wow. Let me see. Let me just look at my map. Let me see where that is. Because that's crazy. Wow. I just want to see where that is and how close it is to the secretariat of Ibadan. Oloko Village. Orire local government. Let me see if I can actually get that. Wow, that's crazy. But that didn't trend though. Let me just check it from Bodija. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I just want to know where these ones are. What? That's a 2 hours. That's very close to even the heart of the city. Look at that. Wow. What the hell is happening, man? This tragic incident resulted in the death of at least 5 forest guard personnel, with reports indicating the attackers opened fire, killed the victims, and possibly carried away weapons before fleeing into nearby forests. Bodies are still being recovered in some accounts. The area saw panic, with residents fleeing. Governor Seyi Makinde confirmed the attack, called for calm, and stated that preliminary investigations point to cross-border bandits, likely coming from, neighboring states. Security forces, including the police, have since deployed additional operatives to the affected community to restore normalcy. No, but where are the criminals? What the hell where are the criminals? You're telling me they're not able to apprehend this while the specific attack happened in a rural, it's not rural, it's just 2 hours to Bodija. That's not rural. Wow. Thanks for that, Chris. While the specific attack happened in a rural forest area of Oyo State, not directly in Ibadan city center, it has heightened overall tension across the state. There are also fresh reports of rising fear in parts of Ibadan itself due to alarming police and community groups like PCRC about increasing cases of kidnapping and armed robberies in areas such as Bodija. Yeah, Bodija is, that's it. Agbowo, Akobo, Agodi. This comes amid broader concerns about bandits' infiltration into the southwest region. Remember, Gumi was in Ibadan 2 or 3 weeks ago. Gumi was there, saying that the Muslims in the south should align with the Muslims in the north. And I'm like, what the hell in their right senses would call this guy for a moronic program? This comes amid broader concerns about bandits' infiltration into the southwest region. The situation is being taken seriously by state authority with calls for more vigilance, intelligence sharing, and no. Bring using outfits like Amoteco to help, right? It's a difficult issue. It's a developing issue. And while Ibadan City hasn't seen the same level of direct bandits, but there's been kidnapping. Bodija, Agbowo. This is the city. This is the life of the city. Akobo, Agodi. Wow. Stay safe if you're in the area. Keep up with the official updates from Oyo State. Wow, this is bad. This is bad. Yeah. Bandits storm Oyo National Park office, killing 5 people. This thing didn't trend at all. Wow. They're not bandits, they are terrorists. Yeah. They've actually systematically ingrained the word bandits into people's minds. These are terrorists. A few months ago, their spokesman was in Ibadan, Oyo State. No, a few weeks ago, to give lectures. It was welcomed by some people that are blinded with religious brotherhood. Wow. Anyways, it is what it is. Let me see if any news organization actually did say anything about it, but it's just crazy. I'm actually just seeing that. I just saw that now for the first time. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. Wow. Yeah, it didn't trend. I guess they managed that news.
Now we head to Ogbomoso. Following the alleged killing of 5 forest guards by suspected bandits at National Park Service Office in Oloka, Orire local government area of Oyo State.
Okay.
Oloka residents and those in nearby communities are calling on the federal government to beef up security in the affected community. And
why don't you call on your governor first? Why don't you call on your governor? What is the governor doing? The guy has been distracted, right? Because he wants to be the president. If you're a governor of a land, and I understand that there's no state police and all that, that's BS. The security of that stuff is in your hands. So right now, what is the governor doing about apprehending those? Not just about, they can cross-border bandits or cross-border terrorists is a BS explanation that can be out there. What does that mean? Cross-border, somebody moves from another state to come to your state. Then you go to that state and go and apprehend. At least Trump went to Venezuela to carry the president. There's nothing like cross-border.
Nathan Barnes, Ahmed Fulani has an update.
Reports have it that no fewer than 5 forest guards of the National Park Service Office in Oloka, Orire local government area of Oyo State allegedly lost their lives when suspected bandits attacked the park on Tuesday evening. The attack came as a shock to the people of the affected community and those living in Obamo and Ikoyile, as residents in these communities are still in fear.
What?
NTA News crew, while on a fact-finding mission, however, met with difficulties on the road as no one could move in or out due to fear. Local vigilantes known as Amatekun were on ground to provide security for those living in the nearby villages as a suspected car filled with some strange faces was chased by the men of Amatekun. The vehicle was later seized while the arrested people were handed over to the police for further investigation.
Okay, so they arrested some people. This is not like a village, right? I mean, yeah, it's a village kind of, we look at it, but there are roads, there are good roads and all that. Yeah, they just went into the park and then rounded up people and yeah. I hope. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hope is not a strategy, but, you know, this is crazy. This is really crazy. I mean, Ibadan, of all places. I mean, it's painful.
Although no one was willing
And
to speak
depressing.
on camera, however, they appealed for constant presence of security operatives to foster future.
I mean, how many places do you want to have security operatives? To be honest with you, if you don't have an high-level intelligence sharing, because these people can just mingle with the crowd, they're not uniformed, and then they perform whatever it is that they're performing, and then they move on. And this didn't really gain so much traction.
Occurrence. Meanwhile, a team of security agencies was spotted coming from Oloka, where they had gone to inspect the village and assure the people of adequate security.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy. It's that bad. Okay, yeah. Anyways, that's that about that. Would I mean, and this is something that I think that it still falls on the desk of the governor, unfortunately. Yeah, it just falls on the decks of the governor and also the president. Okay, I actually wanted to say the president. This falls on the decks of Tinubu. Tinubu has failed woefully in the area of security. And nobody can tell me otherwise. It's failed. It's failed. Like to what extent? Or how more? Like, these guys have already mapped the whole of the country. And it's getting really ridiculous. They stormed the park. They actually went to attack a church in Owo, right? Who knows where they're going next? I still don't understand why people are not allowed to actually have their guns, right? I'm a proponent of the Second Amendment. I really love the Second Amendment. At least you have a chance of fighting back. Yeah, if you can't protect people, then they should be able to protect themselves. Anyways, that's not a good news, but it's just crazy. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscription. And yeah, hopefully Saturday broadcast would be done shortly. Possibly, I'm also thinking of actually moving over this to an early morning stuff, or let me say like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Kind of EST. I'm still thinking about that. 8 to 9 a.m. EST, such that I'm able to also kind of, follow the news, how will I call it, the news cycle that is coming out from Nigeria. So I'm still thinking right now of moving it to like an EST timing, and hopefully that works. Yeah. So I'll start working on that and then definitely move it so that I don't deny myself of some sleep, while still doing all the stuff. But it is what it is. Thanks a lot for joining. I really do appreciate. And yeah, you'll have a good weekend and enjoy yourself. Fubara should learn in a good way. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Fubara. Yeah, it's a final. I'll call it the final battle. Before the main battle of 2027, this will be the final battle. Whoever wins at this stage will definitely rule the day, unfortunately. And for both of them, I don't even think that the welfare of the people is actually paramount in their mind. It's just about power. It's just about power, and that's just what it is. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, Fubara. I saw Fubara in one of his statements saying that he cannot give his kidney. And then we'll see what happens from there. But anyways, do have a very good day. Bye. Yeah, thanks, Katsi. Bye.